It is our first morning in Berlin and we are on a conducted tour, and we've just stopped at the Holocaust Memorial. It is a little difficult to film this because there are no vantage points, so we're standing on the steps of the bus. It consists of over 2,000 concrete blocks, all rectangular but of different heights, and it bears no inscriptions, and I think the idea is that anyone who comes here can make their own interpretation of those awful events which occurred basically from 1934 to 1945. We'll just have a little walk through the monument. It's not quite like a maze because it is laid out in a rectangular fashion. And down here in the underground part there is a big documentation centre holding all the records. And here are a few of our party. We're just approaching Checkpoint Charlie in Berlin, and this is, I suppose you'd call it, it's a historical wall containing facts about the wall and what happened. And here are a picture of some of the memorials, and this one over here is a memorial to someone called Gunther Litvin, who was the first SKP to be shot by the East German border guards in 1961. And there's his name. A picture of the Brandenburg Gate as it was immediately after the war. Total destruction.
I have more interviews next week.
And above it, the Brandenburg Gate restored. We'll see the real thing shortly. Over here are a couple of trabants the famous East German cardboard cars. I don't think there are many of these left running, but this is just an example of 2 of them. And here is a reconstruction checkpoint, Charlie. The gentlemen in uniform are not military at all. They're just actors, and you can have your photographs taken with them for a small charge. US Army checkpoint. And here is the notice telling you that you are leaving the American sector. In American, in Russian, in French, and in German.
Hey Leute, jetzt ist aber genug hier, ja? Ich stehe hier nicht den ganzen Tag bei dem Scheißwetter.
€3
What's up, G.I. Joe? Huh? What's up, G.I. Joe? Yeah. Fucking.
Over here, this gentleman is stamping passports with checkpoint Charlie stamps. Although we are told it is not a good idea to have your real passport stamped, because certain authorities will take great exception to it. There is he stamping away.
Company who are
This
driving
is the Trabant
sightseeing
Museum.
tours with tourists.
There is a
The
large
tourists are
balloon
driving their cars on their
which
own.
says Trabant World if you read straight around it. But there's lots of trabbies here, and you can hire them and ride around the city in a real East German cardboard trabby.
That'd be alright for my reverser.
Yeah, and the building on our left-hand side, as I told you, this was the aviation ministry of Hermann Göring. So it is the original building. It was not destroyed. If that was a man standing, he looks like an
This is just
emperor
a
with
small
his clothing, and he's
section
standing
of the
over
East Side
a
Gallery,
booming
which is part of the
landscape.
original Berlin Wall,
And
which is now
that's
a sort
Erich
of outdoor
Honecker.
art gallery.
You remember Erich Honecker here on the right-hand side.
It's about
And then it's that
100 or so meters of
Save
the
Our
original
Earth. So
Berlin
it
Wall,
was,
and
one of the
it
topics here was
is
the
like
environment.
a listed monument. The East Side Gallery.
And you will see the most famous picture coming up here, and that's the brothers' kiss. See if you recognize those two gentlemen. You probably will, at least one of them. You see that now here on the right hand side? Did you recognize them? Oh, one of them is Brezhnev. And the other one with the glasses is Erich Honecker.
This is still a part of the East Side Gallery with blank panels.
Yeah, Brezhnev and Honecker, they were working together for many years.
More of the East Side Gallery, and we just turned
it's,
round.
A lot of constructing going on here as well. On the right hand side you have a big arena sponsored by a quite big German car company, and that's for ice hockey and basketball, but also for concerts, of course. Adele played here 2 concerts the other day. You can see a building with the luxury apartments here on the left hand side as well, and that's quite bad taste to make luxury apartments on the criticized. And I think it's even worse when you know that the man who bought the real estate and invested his money in this building, he worked for Stasi for many years. And then you can ask yourself, how in earth did he got so much money? And then you will probably ask me why we have those pipes.